Good morning, Enid. Thank you for joining us on this Thursday, March 7th at 7:30 in the morning Central Time, right here in Enid, Oklahoma. Again, we're glad to be back. We have 30 minutes of news, weather, and sports. We are live streaming around the globe, and we want to say good morning to all of our friends around the globe that watch us at enidtv.org. And also, we're coming to you live on Channel 12 and in high definition 112 here on local cable. We're very excited to have Linda Yauk back with us today. She's going to talk, as you can see, she brought all kinds of food for us. And I'm always looking for my next meal, so this is going to be a great show. This is Good Morning Enid. It's time to rise and shine.
Good morning, Enid. Thank you so much for joining us today. It is going to be a pretty nice day for March. I can't wait to go out and enjoy this day. So right now we're sitting at about 38 degrees, but let's take a look at that bus stop forecast and see what we have in store for us today. Looks like it's going to get almost to 60 degrees. So 60 degrees in March is definitely something I look forward to. Low tonight of 30 degrees. Winds are only 9 to 14 miles an hour out of the south and west. So got that southern winds coming up, so that's why it's probably so warm out.
Hot air from Texas is what they say. That's what they say. I didn't say it, but I'm just conveying that. What a difference a week makes. You know, this time last week, ice and snow, cold, and pretty miserable. Anyway, let's take a look at the 3-day forecast. Erin alluded to the 60s, how much she likes the 60s. We'll look at Saturday, folks. We will think it's springtime, and you'll want to do some things in the yard, I'm sure, because tomorrow looks pretty good. Saturday is definitely is a real nice day, and then back down to the 40s on Sunday. That's the 3-day forecast. I'm sure everybody has a full weekend, and we hope you have a good weekend. Our good friend is back, Linda Yauk from Integris, and you know she's our dietitian, our nutrition person, our diabetes expert, and she knows all things. Just doesn't matter what it is, you know. She knows all things. No, we're really thrilled to have Linda back. Okay, as you know, you did the weather for us last time.
Yes.
You can't just sit here and look pretty in your red. You're going to have to work. I'm sorry.
Got to get the highs,
yes.
record high, record low.
We'll try to get that on the screen for you.
Okay, back in 1904, we had a high of 87 degrees. Wow.
You remember that?
No.
Okay.
I do remember 1996. The low then was 7 degrees.
We've been doing this record temps for quite some time now, and there seems to be this average of 70 to 80 degree difference. So we know we're in Oklahoma.
Definitely.
It's just kind of the way that it works. Again, thank you for joining us. We're so glad that you're with us. We're going to be talking nutrition on our show today, thanks to Linda, and it's 7:33, and I think school's in session.
Yeah, we've got some food on the table, so I guess we also need to take a look at what our kids are going to be eating
Let's
today.
figure out which day we want to go to school.
Breaded chicken legs today, mixed vegetables. Not into that one.
No.
And we have hot dogs with whole grain buns tomorrow and sun chips. I think the hot dogs with sun chips doesn't sound too bad.
I'm not really a hot dog fan.
You don't like baseball and hot dogs?
Well, yeah, kind of. I'd rather it be cheeseburgers. I don't think I'm going to school either Thursday or Friday. So, anyway, appreciate the menu, and we're glad that school's in session. I think 2 weeks away from spring break. You got any kids in school?
I do. I have a child that goes to school at Kremlin.
Okay.
Go Bronx. Woo!
Okay. All right. Just calm down, Linda. This is an Enid show. Just kidding. All right. Well, anyway, spring break's a couple weeks, and we'll keep everybody updated on that. Again, thanks for joining us at 7:34. Well, the Bowtie Guy's in the studio, Derek Silas, and he has the Oklahoma Minute.
Here are a few top headlines for the week. Daylight savings time will begin 2 a.m. on Sunday, March 10th. A few fun facts about this was the first nationwide implementation was in 1916. The United States adopted it in 1918. It went through many years of back and forth repeals through Congress until the energy policy of 2005. And State House Bill 2511 passed Monday advocating for the shortage of physicians in rural areas, which will reduce doctors' tax liability up to $25,000. And in professional basketball, tonight, Oklahoma City Thunder will go against the Trail Blazers at 9:30 p.m. in Portland, Oregon. Tomorrow, they will go up against Clippers in Los Angeles at 9:30 p.m. And this will be the final regular game for college basketball this weekend. OSU will go up against West Virginia at 3 p.m. in Stillwater. OU will go up against Kansas State at 5 p.m. in Kansas. And Tulsa will go up against Memphis at 8:30 p.m. in Memphis, Tennessee. The Big 12 championship will be March 13th to the 16th in Kansas City, Missouri, and the American Athletic Conference will be March 14th through the 17th in Memphis, Tennessee. Here's an Oklahoma fun fact. The highest point in Oklahoma is Black Mesa, located in the Panhandle at 4,978 feet above sea level. And the lowest point in the state is east of Idabel in southeast Oklahoma at 324 feet. On this day in history, in 1876, Alexander Graham Bell patents the phone. And that is the Oklahoma Minute.
Very good. At 7:36 on this Thursday, and Linda, our special guest, is from Buffalo, Oklahoma. So you've been to Black Mesa?
Yes.
Out yonder there?
Yeah.
Do they say yonder? Do you say yonder?
We do say yonder. Y'all and yonder.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Born and raised in Oklahoma, lived here most of my life. I say yonder. So, if you have any pictures you want to show us with the Easter coming up, springtime coming up, you can send it to our mailbox, and everybody's anxiously waiting. You can send it to gme@enid.org. That is gme@enid.org. And again, any photos that you want to share with us, we'd be glad to put those on the air. And also any birthdays. We've had some people that are 100 years old with the birthdays. Send us that picture, and we'll wish them a happy birthday and put that on. Well, we've always been impressed with Erin. She's one of the brightest stars that we have on the show, and she's really fulfilling that duty today. And she has What's Happening for us.
Thank you, Steve. There's a bunch of great events, especially because this weekend is going to be so nice. And if you want to go out and about, if you watched our last week's show, we talked about the Junior Livestock Show. So this week we have the 85th Annual Northwest District Junior Livestock Show. It started yesterday and it runs through Monday. It's at the Chisholm Trail Expo Center from 8 to 10. And the 4-H and FFA members are going to be there showing off all of their wonderful livestock that they've been raising. So if you want to go support all of these kids who have spent so much time raising these animals, there's going to be pigs, cows, horses, there's going to be all kinds of different animals. So this is definitely a great event and definitely great to go support our kids. After that, we had the Enid Coin Club's 42nd Annual Coin, Token, and Paper Money Show. So if you are into money collecting or coin collecting, this is definitely your spot to be at. It is Friday to Sunday it is at 12 to 6 on Friday, 9 to 5 on Saturday, and 9 to 3 on Sunday at the Garfield County Pavilion. There's going to be coin dealers from all over. There's going to be some from Oklahoma, Texas, Missouri, and a bunch of other states. They'll be there to buy and sell and trade coins, all different kinds of stuff, and there will be free education materials for any kids or anyone who wants to get into coin collecting. And then finally, we have Garfield Children's Theater, presents Pinocchio, and that is Saturday and Sunday. And there's if you can see on the screen, there's a very special person to us that is in this show, and that is Charlotte, our lovely dog lady and cat lady. And she is Pinocchio, actually. So if you want to go support Charlotte, that is this Saturday and Sunday at 10 and 2 on Saturday and 2 on Sunday. It's $5. It's kid-friendly and based on the original novel, so definitely a great play to go to. And that's what's happening.
And now we know Charlotte's true identity.
Yes.
Pinocchio. We knew there was something different about Charlotte. We appreciate, and we'll talk about Charlotte a little bit later on in the show. We appreciate all the work they do with pets. It's 7:39. Again, thank you for joining us on this Thursday, March 7th. The calendar is really moving along. And as you're preparing today, it's high around upper 50s, I should say. So dress accordingly, and a little bit of spring is in the air. Well, speaking of spring, people like to walk around duck ponds and things of this nature. We have a little video we want to show you. Then we're going to be back with our very special nutrition guest, Linda Yauk. We'll be right back. Well, it was very therapeutic. I did say walk around the duck pond. By the way, a lot of those were Canadian geese. I do know my geese from the ducks. Just letting you know, there were some ducks in there, but it was mainly Canadian geese. And why they're hanging around here in Enid, Oklahoma, it's too cold up north. Linda Yauk is our special guest. We've had Linda on last fall talking about diabetes, things of this nature, and we thought here at spring we're starting new habits, if you will. We're saving money, we're exercising, we're doing all kinds of New Year's resolutions, and so we thought, let's bring Linda back and talk about nutrition. She has more initials behind her last name that I've ever seen, and this is a joke now, but she has more titles than at a car tag agency, okay? I mean, you have a lot. That's a good joke. No, that's pretty bad. But you have so many credentials, Linda, and we're really impressed with all of that. So therefore, you're able to answer all that we have for you. Here's the toughest question of the morning. Define healthy eating.
Okay, define healthy
Or eating healthy.
Eating healthy.
Let's do that. Let's go that way. How would you define that?
Well, first, let me say thank you again for having me. And March is National Nutrition Month, so that's why I thought I was here.
Oh, yeah, we knew that. We knew
Okay.
that.
So what is healthy eating? As a dietitian, we have a science-based, evidence-based nutrition philosophy, and it's about balance, variety, and moderation.
Interesting. Just that simple. Okay.
All right.
Well, off we go.
Yes.
We're going to do a little tag team effort here. We'll see if she knows all the things that she knows.
Yes, you gave us this really great website that we were supposed to research before the show today, and it was really great, but I want our guests to know a little bit more about what it was, and it was www.choosemyplate.gov. Could you give us a little more insight on what that site's all about?
Sure. That is a website where consumers, professionals, anyone can go to and learn more about healthy eating, nutrition, and again, it's science-based. It's not a fad. It's not someone's opinion. It's research based on 100 years of knowledge about nutrition and how food affects our bodies.
In preparation for our visit today with Linda, Aaron and I both went to choosemyplate.gov, and I really encourage you to do so because it's very colorful, very informative. They had some state statistics. You could see what New Jersey was doing versus Oklahoma, and talked about different foods in the region. It's very, very informative. So in preparation for the visit with Linda today, I was reading this. It said, according to a report, Americans are devouring eggs in numbers not seen in nearly 5 decades. The recent resurgence of eggs, hard-boiled, sunny side up, or whatever the recipe calls for, follows a recent shift in nutrition guidance. Can you explain why, if this is true, can you explain why folks are eating more eggs?
Right. Okay. So
I'm a scrambled egg person myself.
Yes. Well, science is evolving, and we learn new things. And like
Okay.
I tell people that come into my office, this is what we know right now, as of today.
Okay.
Things change periodically. We learn new things, and as dietitians, we always said eggs, in moderation. And now people are eating more eggs, which is fine. It's a great, cheap source of nutrition and protein. But we were thinking that it was the cholesterol, which eggs are high in cholesterol, that was what raised our body cholesterol. And we're finding that it's not so much cholesterol as saturated fat.
Okay. So really the egg increase is the mindset protein. Oh, I need protein. So let's do an easy egg. Okay.
Yeah, I love scrambled eggs too. I'm with you, Steve.
Way to go.
I didn't bring any eggs today.
That's okay.
That's why we
We'll
like
have some
Erin.
after.
She's a scrambled egg person.
Yeah, and when I was a kid, I remember the food pyramid was a huge thing, and there's each individual food group. So can we focus a little bit on each individual food group? Starting us off, I love fruit. So I saw something about you have to focus on whole fruit. So what does that mean?
Okay, so yes, so whole fruits. So our body needs 40 plus nutrients to be healthy. And so each food group provides different nutrients. And so when we say whole fruit, we mean versus juice. If you would just think about, well, how many oranges would it take to squeeze out a half a cup of orange juice? And so we really prefer the whole fruit versus the juice because you get the fiber and other nutrition that comes in a piece of whole fruit. versus the juice.
So I'm doing the right thing when I peel my orange and eat the orange. Am I doing the right thing, Linda? Tell me that I'm doing the right thing.
You're doing the right thing,
Okay,
Steve.
good. All
You're
right.
doing the right thing.
Okay.
Not that juice isn't healthy, but we typically have too large of a serving of juice. What's considered a serving of juice is 4 ounces. And it's so good and so refreshing that people just want to consume a lot. And when we drink our calories, we can get more than we realize.
Yes. And then veggies. It's probably not great to eat only carrots every day, right? There's probably some science between what kind of veggies you should eat all the time, or varying them, I guess.
Exactly, Erin. When we encourage colors, the colors of the rainbow, because each color provides different nutrients, different vitamins, different minerals, different phytonutrients. So all different colors throughout the day, throughout the week, all different kinds of fruits and vegetables, variety, whether it's canned sometimes gets a bad rap, but that can be included in variety, a balance, and so canned, fresh, frozen, but yeah, Americans typically need more fruits and vegetables. The My Plate recommends at least half of our plate be fruits and vegetables.
Wow. I would not have expected that. I guess I would have expected that, but should probably need to start.
You see, last night, did I have a half plate vegetable? Maybe a 16th.
And now moving on down the pyramid, I guess. What about grains? I know a lot of people love rice and carbs, and everyone's about eating carbs because they're delicious. But what do you have any advice for eating carbs? What kind you should do?
Sure. So carbs, a lot of people are actually afraid to eat carbs because they are so tasty.
Yes.
I think we eat too large of servings.
Yeah.
I think that's really one of the biggest problems as Americans that we have. Our serving sizes have gotten so large. So yes, whole grains provide fiber, some B vitamins, some really important nutrition that we can't get from any other group. And that's what's so important about variety, is each group, we have those five nutrient food groups. Like you said, it was the pyramid. Now we're kind of focusing on the plate. Mm-hmm. So we say a quarter of the plate, if half of our plate's fruits and vegetables, a quarter of the plate would be whole grains, breads, rice, oatmeal. It's considered a whole grain, and just focusing on the serving size. Most things are a half a cup, and so that's a half a cup of rice, a half a cup of green beans, so small baked potato.
Looks like a nice appetizer.
Yeah.
So
you're saying it is okay to eat carbs then? So you don't have to be afraid of them.
Right. Again, it just comes back to moderation. Mm-hmm. We don't need a lot. It's recommended we have a minimum of 5 servings of grains a day, and at least 3 of those should be whole grains.
Okay. Great advice. Got to keep that in mind every time I eat now. Now, moving on again to proteins now. This is a huge thing. I know people do a lot of protein diets. That's like a really big deal right now. Can you give me any advice about proteins and how you're supposed to, what your protein routine should be, I guess?
Okay.
Because you can drink those protein shakes, and
Yeah.
that covers it, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay, good.
That would be what we would call fad.
Oh.
Not really science-based. Okay. Food that comes naturally is absorbed the best in our bodies. So we always encourage real food versus a supplement or shakes. Sometimes those can be nice fill-ins when we can't get a protein source. So so our plate's almost full. We've got half the plate fruits and vegetables. We've got a quarter of grains, and then that other quarter is protein. So 3 ounces is the recommended serving when we have protein at a couple of meals a day. That's about the size of a deck of cards, as long and as thick, or a palm of a woman's hand, as round and as thick. Our body is only able to absorb a certain amount of protein at one time. So when people go and they eat these big 12-ounce steaks, our body really can't absorb all of that.
Oh, yes, it can. No.
So those are both examples of 3 ounces of beef. Sometimes beef gets a bad rap, but again, it's about balance, variety, and moderation. So chicken, fish, tuna, eggs are all considered to be protein sources, and that would be what fits in that other quarter of the plate.
Let me jump in here real quick. I've got a dairy question for you. In the olden days, I would drink milk. It just seemed like it came straight from the cow. I mean, it was just full-strength milk, if you will. And then I went to this 2% for the longest time. But for a number of years, I've been drinking skim milk.
Okay.
I mean, really for a long time. It seems like I keep diminishing this taste of the milk. So if I'm drinking skim milk, am I minus the nutrients from that?
Okay.
Or
That's a great question. That's a really important question
because I do drink a lot of skim milk.
milk is very important. That's our 5th nutrient-rich food group is milk, and the serving size is 8 ounces. Milk, yogurt, cheese, and again, those are high in protein. So no, you're not losing any of the nutrition. You're still
Okay.
getting all the vitamins, the minerals, the nutrients, the vitamin D, the calcium that we need for bones, and building strong teeth and bones. What you're missing, what you're cutting out is the saturated fat. Like we talked
Okay.
about with the eggs, it's not really the cholesterol that raises our cholesterol levels in our body. It's not dietary cholesterol, it's more dietary saturated fat. And saturated fat comes from cow's milk. So we always encourage 2%, 1%, preferably skim if you're trying to lose weight
Okay.
or
well,
maintain weight.
We'll have more with Linda in just a moment. Our very special guest on Good Morning Enid from Integris is Linda Yauk.
Yes, and if you missed it earlier, there's one guy that we turn to who knows news, weather, and sports, and that is Derek Silas, the bow tie guy with the Oklahoma Minute.
Thank you, Erin. Get ready to spring up this weekend. Daylight savings time will begin at 2 a.m. on Sunday, March the 10th. And State House Bill 2511 passed Monday, advocating for the shortage of physicians in rural areas, and it will reduce doctors' tax liability up to $25,000. And in professional basketball, tonight, Oklahoma City Thunder will go up against Trailblazers in Portland at 9:30 p.m. Tomorrow, they'll go up against the Clippers in Los Angeles, also at 9:30 p.m. Here's the final regular games for college sports this weekend. OSU will go up against West Virginia at 3 p.m. in Stillwater, and OU will go up against Kansas State at 5 p.m. in Kansas. Tulsa will go up against the University of Memphis at 8:30 p.m. in Tennessee. And the conferences will begin shortly. Big 12 Championship will be March 13th through the 16th, and the American Athletic Conference will be March 14th through the 17th. Here's a fun fact. The highest point in Oklahoma is Black Mesa, located in the Panhandle at 4,978 feet. And the lowest point is in the state is east of Idabel at 324 feet. And on this day in history, in 1876, Alexander Graham Bell patents the telephone. And I think we all love that. And that's the Oklahoma Minute. Here's Kevin to talk about upcoming events at the Central National Bank Center.
Welcome to the Central National Bank Center. I'm the General Manager, Kevin Brisky, and we have a lot going on here this month of March. It already started yesterday with the circus, so hopefully you had a chance to come out and enjoy it, see all the great things that the Cardin Spectacular 3-Ring Circus provided. It was a lot of fun, and really enjoyed having the circus here in town for another year. Coming up, we have another family show. It begins next Friday, March 15th. That's PJ Masks. Tickets start at only $27. It's a great show for the kids and the families. Grandchildren, parents will love bringing their younger kids to this. It's going to be a lot of fun, and tickets start at only $27. The Friday after that, March 22nd, Josh Turner comes to town with the opening act, Mo Pitney. Going to be a great show. Tickets are going fast for this one. We're almost out of the top price level tickets, the $89 tickets. Still have plenty of the $69, $45, and still a handful of the $35 tickets left. You don't want to miss it. Going to be an awesome show, and we're really excited to have Josh Turner coming into town. That's on March 22nd. We then pack up the stage and bring in the dirt because we have bull riding coming on Saturday, March 30th. Always fun to have bull riding here. Over $10,000 in prize money up for grabs for the PRCA Extreme Bulls event right here in Enid. It's going to be a lot of fun. Always is fun. You want to get your tickets in advance because last year the event sold out. So you don't want to miss this one. It's going to be a lot of fun, and that's kind of how we wrap up March. In April, we kick things off with the Flying Aces coming, the inaugural season. Their initial home opener is going to be on April 6th against Wichita. Going to be a lot of fun. Tickets for that start at only $12, so very affordable to bring the entire family out. It's great family entertainment, and that's going to be a ton of fun. First of 6 home games, April 6th. April 25th, we have Sawyer Brown. The Beach Boys come to town on May 5th. It's a full calendar these next 3 months. We want to see you out here at what at the moment is the Central National Bank Center, soon to be the Stride Bank Center. That'll all kick off on March 18th. Going to be a lot of festivities that week. Stay tuned to cnbcenter.com or stridebankcenter.com. They're both live right now so that you can get all the information coming up. You can get tickets there as well, 855-TICKS Enid, or just stop by and see us second floor of Convention Hall. A lot going on here, and until next time, we'll send it back in the studio with you, Steve.
Thank you, Kevin. Good job at 7:55 on this Thursday, March 7th. And let's take a look at the 3-day weather forecast because everybody's got a big weekend planned.
Yes, and it is going to be so nice this weekend. It's going to hit the 60s on Saturday, lower 50s and high 40s on Friday and Sunday, but that's still pretty nice for March. I'll take it over the ice we had last weekend, so definitely a great weekend to go out and.
Yeah, Saturday, Sunday was kind of miserable.
Yes.
Real quick, we want to let you know that at 8 o'clock this morning, if you're able to stay with us as we live stream and come to you on live cable this morning, Rick Nelson, our friend from Oklahoma State University, he's from the Extension office here in Enid, talks about spring planting. I had the opportunity to sit down and talk with Rick, I believe last year. Very informative about the trees, bushes, and everything that you need to be doing springtime as we move closer to that. So that's Rick Nelson at 8 o'clock this morning.
Yes, and one of my favorite parts of this whole show is Charlotte, and she has Kira today, and she's a
Pinocchio.
Yes, Pinocchio's there with Kira, so take it away, Charlotte.
Hi, good morning. Today we have Kira. Kira is in pen 15. She's a 2-year-old Whippet lab mix, and she is very sweet and loving, and she loves to give kisses, and she is looking for a new home. So if you're interested in Kira, come by the shelter today.
Charlotte always has the cutest dogs every time.
Woof, woof.
Yes, I have another quick question for you. Eating healthy is important all through all stages of life. Do you have any recommendations for like someone who's 20 or 30 versus someone who's 70 or 80?
Right. As Steve and I were discussing, it is difficult for older people. Sometimes they'll have dental problems and they won't be able to eat tougher meats or things like that. And as we age, we lose taste buds, and our taste diminishes. And then if they're not getting their vitamins and minerals, particularly zinc is associated with taste. So it's just this diminishing problem. But it's still, the nutrition is the same throughout the lifespan. People think, oh, older people don't need to drink milk, but that's not true. We need that calcium our entire lives. So that's maybe when the protein supplements or the drinks, drinking some of the nutrition if they're not able to eat, because still getting those vitamins and minerals and nutrients is important throughout the entire lifespan.
If we can, let's show Linda's contact information real quick as we leave the show here this morning. Linda Yauk has been our special guest. You can reach her there at Integris. And we've got 10 seconds to say, have a great day. So, Linda Yauk, have a great day.
Well, thank you, Steve and Erin.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend with this lovely weather, and make it a great day.
Yep, thanks for watching.
Thank you.